Here is the gap between Claude and production most ignore. Everyone wants Claude. Almost nobody's talking about what happens next. And it's costing companies a fortune.
AI.
AIs.
AI.
Hey, I'm Archie, and I'm on a mission to make you the smartest person in the room when it comes to AI. So let me explain. Claude is generally brilliant. I'm going to say that up front because I don't want this to sound like a hit piece. Claude collapses idea to prototype from months to hours. It lets non-engineers ship working code. It validates demand for a product before you commit your engineering budget. If you're not using it, you are behind, generally. But here's the conversation nobody's happening. When your team comes to you next week asking for Claude, and they will, what they're actually asking for is layer 1 of a 3-layer problem. And layer 1 on its own doesn't get you to production. It gets you to a demo. There's a massive difference. So let me walk through the 3 layers, because if you don't understand them, you're going to join the 42% of organizations that have been stuck in AI experimentation mode for the last 2 years. So layer 1, Claude proves. This is where Claude shines. This is the layer everyone is excited about. Idea to prototype in hours. Natural language as a development interface. Non-techie builders shipping working code. Demand validated very cheaply. Subscription cost predictable. You can spin up React front-end applications in minutes. For example, I'm doing a triathlon and I built a front-end application that loaded the training plan and even has a chat feature to allow me to chat to my mates competing. That was done in an evening. This layer is generally transformational. I want to be clear about that, but it is just proof. It's not production. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Layer 2, enterprise hardens. This is the layer Claude doesn't do, and it's the layer no AI vendor is selling you in a subscription. Claude doesn't inherit your SSO. Your prototype has no security context. It doesn't know who's allowed to see what. Claude doesn't connect to your system of record. It connects to extracts, to copies, to stale data. So the moment your prototype needs live operational data, you have an integration project nobody scoped. There's no CI/CD pipeline, no source control discipline, no rollback capability. The day someone improves your prototype and it breaks production, there's no way back. There's no observability, no monitoring, no alerting, no incident response. When it fails, and it will fail, you find out from the customer, not the system. There's no audit log. Your compliance team can't review what they can't see. And the moment that prototype started touching irregulated data, you have a problem your subscription can't solve. This is layer 2, and it costs 10 times more than layer 1. Nobody's putting that on your sales page. So the final layer, 3, humans govern. This is the layer nobody can buy at any price because it isn't a tool. It has to be designed. Who has the decision right to promote a proof into production? Right now in your organization, who is that person? Be honest. Most organizations can't name them. Who owns the AI system when it breaks at 2 a.m? Not who built it, who owns it? Whose phone rings? Who's accountable? Who runs the change management when an entire team's workflow shifts overnight because an AI agent now does 60% of what they used to do? Who decides what gets a risk review and what doesn't? Because if everything gets reviewed, nothing ships. And if nothing gets reviewed, eventually something will blow up. These aren't technical questions. They're operating model questions, and no tool replaces them. They have to be designed. This is the part where people go, yeah, but Archie, we'll figure that out as we go. You won't. I've watched dozens of organizations try. The pattern is identical every time. The prototype works, excitement builds, someone tries to push it to production, and then 6 months disappear into integration, governance arguments, and a slow realization that the prototype was always going to be the easy part. So here's the takeaway. The 15% of organizations who actually scaled AI to capture real value, they didn't have better models than you. They didn't have a smarter Claude. They had the same Claude, but what they had was all 3 of these layers, built deliberately, built in parallel, built before they needed them. The 42% who are still experimenting, they bought layer 1 and they assumed layer 2 and 3 came in the box, but they don't. So when your team comes to you next week asking for Claude, say yes. Generally, say yes. Get them building. But before you sign the check, ask them about layer 2. Ask them about layer 3. If they don't have an answer, you don't have a strategy. You have a subscription. And in 12 months, that's going to be a very expensive thing to realize. Hit follow if you like more of these. See you next time.